Dear friends and students, I welcome all of you to the weekly spoken English course organized by our center GACE.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Hope all of you are fine and keeping good health. Welcome to the weekly spoken English course. Let us learn to speak English. Week 17. So in this week, we are going to see how we can formulate past continuous tense. You know, in the week 12, we learnt about how we formulated the present continuous and the same examples I've given, and we will also try to understand how and where do we use this past continuous tense. So let us see. First, we will have subject and the be verb and the verb actually, the base verb with ing and then the object. Okay, so that is the normal structure. So let us take an example. I was going to Chennai. I was going to Chennai. Was going. In the present continuous, I am going to Chennai. Maybe we are traveling. Now you are talking about something that happened yesterday or last week. So you will say, I was going to Chennai. Okay. The next example, I was reading a book. When? Maybe last week. Okay, 2-3 days you must have read. So therefore, you were saying, I was reading a book. Okay. Let's see. Utsav was going to Chennai. He was. Utsav was going to Chennai. He was reading a book. I was, he was. You see the be verb only was. Okay, for the singular. You see on the top in the screen, for the singular it will take was and the plural it will take were. Okay. One more thing we will see. We were going to Chennai. We. Okay, we were going to Chennai. We were reading a book. We were reading a book. So was and were. These are the two be verbs that will be used in the past continuous tense. Now we will see the negative. How do we make the negative sentences? Very easy. You insert not between the be verb and the main verb. Okay. What is the be verb here? Was. And what is the main verb? Go with ing. I was not going to Chennai. I was not going to Chennai. I was not reading a book. I was not reading a book. Utsav was not going to Chennai. See, I was, he was, she was, it was. Only when we talk about we and they were. You see, we were not going to Chennai. We were not reading books. See, very simple. Were not, was not. I was not, we were not. They were not going. Now we will see how we can formulate yes, no question. We have seen this number of times, but then we will see how it appears in the past continuous tense. Was I going to Chennai? Was I going to Chennai? Was I reading a book? Was Utsav going to Chennai? Was he reading a book? Were we going to Chennai? Were we reading a book? See? Very simple. The WH question is the same. Exactly, you put the WH word there in the front of this, what we call be verbs. Let's see. When was I going to Chennai? When was I going to Chennai? Why was Utsav going to Chennai? Why was Utsav? How were we going to Chennai? How were we going to Chennai? Why were we going to Chennai? Why were we going to Chennai? See, easy. Now we are going to see when do we use this past continuous tense. We'll try to understand only few occasions that very easy to understand. We will try to see. Number one, you see the events happening at the particular time in the past. Events happening at the particular time in the past. So the moment we talk about past, we are talking about the events or actions that happened in the past. Okay? So let us see. See, we gradually use the past continuous to talk about action happening around a particular time in the period, in the past period. Okay? So we can just say that, that particular action was happening for some times in the past. See the example. I was reading a storybook last night. Last night, possibly, when did you start reading? Maybe about 8 o'clock. And then when did you finish? 10 o'clock, 2 hours I read. Okay, so I was reading. I was reading a storybook last night. She was watching TV last night. She was watching TV last night. What was she watching? Maybe a TV serial or maybe a short film or some songs. She was watching. But for a particular time of the period, maybe 1 hour or maybe half an hour. Okay? This is the first occasion where we use this past continuous tense. Let us go to the second. The next place is for background events. Background. Okay, what is the background events? See, when one event is more important than other in the past, we can use the past continuous for the background events. The less important one, for example. Okay? And use the past simple, that is simple past, for the main event. Okay, that we need to understand well. Okay, there is something was going on in the background, and that time something has happened. So that is what we are trying to understand. Let's see one example. The background event. Lisa was cycling to school. Was cycling. So what happened? What happened at that time? Then she saw the accident. See, Lisa was cycling to the school, that is a background. Then she saw the accident. Saw accident. She saw the accident. That is the main event. Okay? She was cycling. When she saw the accident, when she was cycling to the school. Okay? It's very, very good example. And then you can use so many sentences in that way. See the next example. What is the background event? When Rikesh was playing football, what happened? He fell down. Okay, he broke the leg. It's something like that. Okay? So you see, the past continuous tense is used to narrate the background event. Something I was doing and then something happened. When I was watching TV yesterday, for example, this is not in the screen. When I was watching TV yesterday, my father came home. See? It's very, very simple. Okay? Now let us go to the third. Reasons and context for events. Okay? Let us understand through the examples. We often use the past continuous to give a reason or context for an event. So let us see the example. I could not attend the meeting. Why? Because I was traveling to Mumbai. See? I could not attend the meeting because I was traveling to the meeting. You are giving a reason. You are giving a context. Okay? See the fourth context where we use the past continuous tense. For ongoing and repeated events. Some action was repeatedly happening. It was going on for some times. So you see, we can use the past continuous to talk about repeated background events in the past. Something that was happening. See the example you see. The neighbors were making noise so much. The neighbors were making so much noise night after night. It's not only one day. Night after night they were making noise. So what happened? So we had to complain eventually. We had to complain to the police eventually. They were making noise night after night. Let us see the last one, the past continuous and definite time. Okay, a particular time you were doing something. You see, we were cooking all morning. We are cooking all morning. When? Definite time. What is the definite time? All morning. We were cooking all morning because we had 15 people for lunch. So therefore, they were cooking whole morning, that particular morning. You see there, many of us were working in the office on Sunday. On Sunday, many of us. Why? Because we had to finish the project by Monday. So this is, past continuous used in the definite time. Okay. So you see, we saw how we can formulate the past continuous and where we can use. The more you use the tense, the easier it becomes, the fluent it becomes. So see this clip, and there are so many other clips in the YouTube. Please see and learn more about past continuous tense and its usage. Nandri, Vanakkam.